Darfur, which we've been covering throughout the day. Let's speak to James Smith in Nottingham. He's the Chief Executive of the Genocide Prevention Agency, Aegis. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Kofi Annan, speaking after one of his visits today, one of the refugee camps, talked about an improvement in the humanitarian situation in Darfur. Is that something that you would agree with?
Well, if it is, it's quite incremental. The last report of the United Nations peacekeeping operations just last month showed there was a deterioration, an increase of rape, of looting and of killing. And Kofi Annan has also warned the world that unless there is a more robust response, that people out in Darfur are under still very grave danger. We need to do much more than we're doing right now.
So is it your view that genocide is still taking place in Darfur, as indeed Colin Powell said a few months ago?
Yes, genocide has been taking place there, and people are still under threat. There has been some improvement where the African Union forces have had a presence within the camps, such as the one that Kofi Annan has visited today in the south of Darfur. As we can expect, when there are Rwandan troops there who understand what genocide is about, we can expect there to be some improvement, but there simply are not anywhere near enough troops out there from the African Union, and they don't have the right mandate to protect people. They don't have the authority, for instance, to go outside of those camps and neutralize the Janjaweed militia that have killed hundreds of thousands of people and left others at risk. So we need to do a lot more. We need to have a robust mandate, and this needs to come from the United Nations. Britain ought to take a lead on this and propose a resolution that can enforce the peace there. Otherwise, those people inside the camp will not be able to go back to their villages.
Well, we've all seen what happens at the United Nations. China, of course, refuses to, issued a veto on the sanctions debate. How many troops do you think should be sent to actually join that African Union force? I mean, we're talking at the moment of what, 7,000 in total expected to be sent there. Is that going to be enough?
That's right. There's only 2,500 there at the moment. We're expecting 7,500 by September, maybe 12,000 by next year. Based on any standard of these peace support type operations, this is entirely insufficient, completely insufficient. There needs to be many more. If the African Union can't provide them, they need to be provided from somewhere else. And I think that today...
Including from the UK and the US?
I think we should be prepared to do that, but we won't need to necessarily. If the UN provides that mandate, there will be finances and resources that can bring troops from many other nations, Pakistan, India, maybe South America. Canada is taking a very strong role at the moment, an interest. There are many other nations. I don't think we should preclude ourselves from supporting. We should certainly be supporting financially much more than we are right now.
How bad will things get if people don't leave these camps and get back to their own ground?
If people don't get back to their villages, they won't plant their crops. We're going to lose a fourth season, a fourth harvest. This could precipitate one of the greatest famines in this region for decades. And the responsibility of that will not lie with the African Union, who are taking a lead and doing their best. It will lie with the Arab militia and the government. And most of all, the responsibility lies right now with the intransigence of the Security Council members, and that includes Britain. We might have done much work out there and given money and given support, but what we haven't done is drafted and proposed a resolution at the UN. It's all very well blaming China and Russia for this, but we haven't even proposed this at the UN yet, and we need to take a lead. I suspect that Kofi Annan, when he leaves those camps today with his entourage, will be a very anguished man, because he knows that within hours of him leaving, there will be women being raped, there will be people being killed. It's right in the vicinity where he is. He knows what is needed out there, and he needs the support of countries like Britain to take leadership at the UN to provide that peace enforcement mandate.
James Smith, we will leave it there, but many thanks indeed for joining us up front.
Thank you.
Saudi Arabia's king...